Our episode today is about one of the most haunted places in Indonesia, the Lubang Buaya. The Lubang Buaya and its adjacent museum is the very place where the 7 generals were allegedly tortured before being killed because of the coup attempt by the communists. The Indonesian Communist Party September 30th movement. Before we explore the horror that awaits the visitors, let's first know the background of this place. The Lubang Buaya can be found in Jakarta, Indonesia. It means crocodile hole. It was called the Crocodile Hole because it used to be connected to the Sunter River, where it was full of crocodiles. However, there are fascinating legends tied to this name. There is a story from the 7th century about Datuk Banjir sailing on the river with his friends. Their bamboo boat stopped, and they were surrounded by strange white crocodiles. Datuk sensed danger, so he tried to measure the depth of the river, but he found no bottom. Realizing that they are in danger, they quickly retreat. It is said that there is another version of the story. Their boat was pulled into the area by white crocodiles. Datuk faced their leader, and he was successful, so he named the village Lubang Buaya. Except for the story of the white crocodiles, the Lubang Buaya has the scene of a disturbing incident in real life. Following the independence of Indonesia from Dutch and Japanese, they accepted the Pancasila ideology established by different political parties to accommodate the extent of the differences between the countries. Among these is the Indonesian Communist Party, which has gained significant support and has a unique agenda. In 1965, the Indonesian Communist Party, or PKI, carried out a coup d'etat with the aim of replacing communism as the prevailing ideology of Indonesia. As part of the coup, the PKI planned to kidnap and kill 7 army generals. This is to give action, their effort to clear the country from a potential coup by the army generals. The operation was planned on September 30th and carried out in the early morning of October 1st. At 4:30 in the morning of that day, Lieutenant General Ahmad's house was surrounded by 200 troops. They pretended that he was being summoned by the president for a meeting, but suddenly, he was shot until he died right in front of his family. Major General Redden Suprapto, who was asleep at that time because he was sick, suddenly invaded his house by 19 soldiers. He was pointed at with a gun and kidnapped. Major General Mustirta Darmo Haryono felt danger at 3:30 in the morning, so he immediately fled his family. He was shot while trying to disarm an attacker. Others were abducted and killed in a similar manner, along with some of their family members. Even their kids was killed and shot during the riots. The rebel troops took the dead and kidnapped the other generals and took them to the Lubang Buaya, where they were also killed. In that same place, they found a well with a width of 75 centimeters and a depth of 12 meters. There, they threw all the corpses they killed. They layered the corpses and covered them with leaves. On October 3rd, the corpses of 7 generals were found in the woods of Lubang Buaya under the leadership of Major General Soeharto. The decomposed corpses were carefully taken out of the well. The discovery of the bodies shocked the entire country, and the families of the victims mourned. It intensified the fight between the people of Indonesia and the PKI, and it culminated in a campaign to completely eradicate the Communist Party. The public actively sought out members of the PKI along with its suspected supporters, and even their relatives and families, and this led to mass murder. In honor of the national heroes killed by the PKI, a memorial was established. The residences of the victims were turned into museums displaying statues depicting the tragic events. The Pancasila Sakti Monument, which displays the statues of the 7 dead heroes, and the PKI Betrayal Museum in Lubang Buaya, filled with pictures depicting the capture and torture of the generals, were also built. Because of what happened, it is not surprising that such places are often said to have a dark and terrible aura. Some are also detailing their horrifying experiences at that location. A caretaker named Kasaman is one of them, after serving as the groundskeeper for the Communist Party's coup museum for 3 decades. Casiman has scary stories of his experience in that place. He says that he changes the light bulbs in the bathroom near the well almost every day. He is not sure of the reason, but every new light bulb is always blown or damaged despite no apparent electrical or circuit connection issues. While he was cleaning miniature dioramas featuring statues depicting torture, he suddenly felt the hairs on his neck stand up. Wherever he turned, it seemed like the statues were moving their heads and eyes and watching his every move. It's not just the bathroom next to the well that shows strange happenings. The security guards also had their scary experiences. They said that the water faucet in their bathroom turns on by itself. Every time they close it, a few minutes pass and it automatically opens again. A security guard also has his own terrifying experience. According to him, while he was patrolling, he was surprised to see a white object wrapped in a burial cloth. He was motionless in fear as he watched it float towards the well. He was afraid, so he left his post and did not continue patrolling. The story of a duty officer at the Pancasila Sakti monument in Lubang Buaya. It is said that he always sees a soldier full of blood every night, and his body seems to be in pieces. Not only security guards witness these things, but also visitors, especially at night, also see various terrifying sights. Sometimes the temperature suddenly drops and suddenly heats up, causing others to pass out. According to legend, those who laugh and use profanity or mock the statues are haunted after they visit. According to the visitors, they hear voices calling for help, and it is coming from the well where the murdered generals were thrown. And if they approach it, the sound disappears. Others say they see a man with a broken face crawling out of the well as if trying to escape. Another frightening phenomenon seen not only by visitors, but also by local residents, is the sound of footsteps reminiscent of marching soldiers. Despite these myths, Indonesians prefer to remember the sacrifices of the brave generals. Pancasila Sakti Day is celebrated every year, every October 1st, as a reminder. Whether this story is believed or not, the sad atmosphere of the historical place is still remarkable. And that ends our episode for today. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.